stand by for action.
Thanks for joining me. My name is Dave Milner. I am the Unpleasant Blind Guy, and I want to welcome you to part 2 of this episode of the Unpleasant Blind Guy on EDL Radio. Now remember, if you want to contact me with comments, questions, show suggestions, Awesome American suggestions, I'm available at UBG Contact on Twitter, or I can also be found as Dave Milner or Agador, that's Aggedor, on Mublet, the Tea Party Community, Spreely, Minds, MeWe, or Gab. Now let's begin. And welcome back to the English Defense League radio show with your host, Jeff Spider Mitchell.
I've got to let you know, we've got a chat room that's filling up with awesome people. Let me just mention a few names. Got a friend of mine who's an absolutely awesome patriot, a great gentleman, David Williams. We've got Ramon Cabal.
Welcome, David.
Cabal. I know him as Joss. Okay, Dave. And we've also got Noddy. Now, Noddy had he couldn't get in properly last week, but you know what? He's got in tonight, and I'm so glad to see this fine gentleman and the great people here. So, I mean, as I say,
glad you're in tonight, Noddy. Welcome aboard.
People. They're lovely people, Dave, and thanks for getting over here tonight. I've come into the chat, and I wasn't sure. I know there was issues last week. Noddy was having a problem, but I'm so glad to see you guys here. I hope you're enjoying the show tonight. So, Dave, you want to give them all a wave, mate? Because they can't see what's going on in the chat. I don't think you can. Can you, Dave? You can't see what's it's so busy in here this evening.
Well, first of all, I'm very happy to see the new listeners. Welcome, everybody. You guys, anybody that wants to get into the chat, all you have to do is go to blogtalkradio.com while the show is live and look in the top search box. There's a little white search box at the top center, and type in there EDL Radio. Follow the links, and you'll get to the show page. Just look for the thing that says live, and you'll have to be registered with Blog Talk Radio to get into the chat. You can get in there, and you can have a talk with everybody. I'm glad to see everybody's in. And then, Jeff, I just want to say one more thing about the Texas attack. Something that's been bothering me about it, which is okay. This guy is being portrayed as someone that hates Mexicans, and I'm guessing brown people, blah, blah, blah. Okay, if this guy hates Mexicans and brown people and illegal aliens and whatever, why would he go into what amounts to, this is for you guys in the UK, a big Tesco? Why would he go into a Walmart in El Paso and attack people there when the border is cheek by jowl with the city of El Paso? Why would he go there when he could find all the illegal aliens he wants trying to cross the border? It doesn't seem logical to me, Jeff. But that's all I want to say about that.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Dave. I thought about this earlier, and there's actually been discussions. We've been talking about this earlier on in the chat room. I was talking to these awesome people, and this was being talked about. So there's so much here. What's going on, Dave, and especially what's happening in Ohio as well. So much going on, isn't it, Dave? It's just the soulless politicians that get me.
Me too, man.
Me too. Vultures. That's what gets me, Dave.
Yep. Absolutely, man. And we did discuss that in the last half hour, and I think we did it well, Jeff. But now we're going to turn our attention to the Tommy Robbins, the Free Tommy demo, which took place yesterday in central London, and it was really good. Jeff, do you want to say anything before we begin with the audio that was provided by James Goddard that he did. We have 3 of these segments, and I'm ready to play them. Go ahead,
one
brother.
thing I want to. Oh, sorry, Dave. You haven't finished.
No.
It's not. I'm being
rude
talking over Dave. Sometimes there's a little time delay, and that's what happens. So my apologies. But sorry, Dave. Didn't want to stop you in your tracks there.
No. I was saying, Jeff. No. Go ahead, please. Go on.
Yeah, just something observation-wise. There was a lot. The media's made a lot about Danny Tomo, who's thrown on the floor. Actually, he's picked up and thrown on the floor twice. So Danny had actually said later when he was on stage. Well, I would like to just to say something about this situation. Danny was very concerned about the elderly that was there, kids, veterans. He was quite concerned of the position of what the police were trying to achieve, and that's why he decided, right, well, we're going to get away. We're not going to be put in a position like we was at Oldham. We're not going to allow that situation to happen. So Danny decided, and right, let's go. And, of course, he's calling, but come on. And he went towards the police line, trying to get around the side. And that's when he got pushed. He pushed back. He was thrown on his back. Well, you see exactly, ladies and gentlemen, there's video footage out there. And actually a copper with his baton smacked him in the ribs. Or they just push like that. It's uncalled for, but it's what we expect. I'm not shocked. We've seen it so many times. Other demonstrations, there's another gentleman that was handcuffed. I mean, I think he's still, maybe still, I don't know whether he's going to go up to the beat Monday. I don't know. But people just didn't want to be put in a position to be captured. We cannot allow them to capture us. They've had their way for too long. We've gone along too far with them. It's time now for people to say, right, we'll use different tactics. We'll get around this. We need to talk. We need to liaise them. But when they're doing these tactics and trying to drive, patriots into dangerous positions where people could get seriously hurt, then you've got to start using different tactics. Yeah. So that's something I just wanted to speak about, my observations of yesterday.
Right, Jeff.
But go ahead, please, Dave.
Well, I have a question. You know the answer to this, but especially for people who might be new to this, I just want to make this clear. The police are only supposed to use those batons on people's legs. Now, am I not right about that?
In their book, they're told, if you need to use any force, you go for the legs, you go for the arms, and maybe the ribs. You do not do headshots. It's in their book. It's the way they're supposed to, deal with situations. But obviously, when it comes to patriots, now it's a different thing. Maybe they've just thrown the book in the bin. Because that's what we see, head attacks. At times I've seen people with their heads split wide open. I don't know how many videos I've seen. I don't know how many times I've seen. And this is something else I've got to say. Ladies and gentlemen, another lady was attacked, smacked in the face by police yesterday. Once again, they don't care. They just don't care. This is unconfirmed. But there was a young man who said just over there, a woman was assaulted, she got punched in the face. So I haven't got no video evidence, but this is just my report, my observation of what someone was saying who was on the ground. But that's the way I see it. Apart from that, it was, I wasn't surprised at the numbers. We knew that people was going to be there. And God bless everybody. If you're listening, guys, and you was there, I was very proud of you all. I was very proud of every single one, and same with Dave. But Dave, please continue,
yes, indeed.
brother. I just wanted to say that. Thank you to everybody.
All right. Well, I just wanted to confirm that because of him, Danny Tomo, being hit in the ribs. Okay, so it was authorized, but it sounds like they still went over the top when it came to that, because really all he was trying to do was diffuse the situation. With the kettling, guys, what kettling is, and it's been done in the United States as well, what the police usually claim is that it's a means of crowd control. But what generally is done with these events in the UK is that the Patriots are herded into these small areas, and nothing is being done with the counter-protesters, which they allow to be at these events. They don't kettle them. They don't herd them into small areas, usually. All right. Now, sometimes they control it well. We've seen that too. Okay. But very often what happens is the counter-protesters are allowed to go wherever they want and do things like throw, rocks, bricks, bottles, used hypodermic needles, anything like.
Go with Dave. You should say it. Sorry.
Yeah. It's all right. You used hypodermic needles and anything like that at the demonstrators, that the Patriots that are at these events. So that's what Jeff is talking about when he's talking about kettling. This kind of thing has to stop. Or if the police are going to engage in that kind of what they call crowd control, they need to engage in it with both sides, not just the Patriots, not just one side, or better yet. And this is, I'm still going to go to this, Jeff, because, I hit this a lot, and I'm going to hit it again. Okay, people want to do a counter demonstration to what's going on. Let them do it on a different day. All right, there's no reason to allow this to go on the same day where you're going to have incidents like this when you can avoid it. And they can, but they don't because they want the incidents.
I want to just jump in to say, Dave,
go on, brother.
They want the confrontation. They want it to kick off. They want the media to be getting bad press about us, Patriots out there. That's exactly why they put us so near to each other. How many times have we doing demonstrations, the EDL, especially EDL, we don't want to see the sight of them. Keep them in the distance. We're there to protest and do our thing, our peaceful protest. But they still, how many times have I seen our lads being led down an alley where it was like, what would you say, attack from either side, things coming from above. That's how the police deal with trying to get us safely through a zone that's dangerous. And that was in London, just to let you know, Dave. That was London. I'll never forget that. And the damage that was done to a coach was irreparable. They were dropping bricks off a bridge. The coach was smashed to bits. A woman fell off the coach. This was years ago now. She fell off the coach, and she was attacked. She had her face smashed in, and I'll tell you what, the Muslims arrived just as the police got there and stopped the situation. But I'm going back a few years. I just wanted to say that how they allow these situations simply because they don't care. Because in their eyes, we're dissidents. You, me, Patriots like us. They don't care what happens to us. You probably wouldn't even, if one of us was murdered, during a protest, would you see much in the papers? Would they even say anything about it? It makes me think, Dave. But how about you? It makes me
probably, think. They probably wouldn't yet. But I just want to make sure you can clarify here. You really meant that the police showed up, just as the Muslims got there and stopped the situation. I think that's what you actually meant. But this is the kind of thing that happens. But anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and run these 3 audios, and. The James Goddard did these. He's the guy that just finished his court proceeding with with the wonderful UK justice system, and he was at the Free Tommy demonstration, and these are the sounds of what went on with the speeches. And this first part here is going to be about 12 and a half minutes long, guys. So, check this out. I apologize for any audio anomalies that there are. I did my best to edit them and make it to where you can hear them well. So please give this a check out, guys. This is the English Defense League radio show you're listening to, and this is part 1 of this. All right, here we go.
free Tommy stickers. They're on Scotland Yard. Oh, yeah. Every McDonald's in England. On the Daily Star. Welcome, everybody. Let's hear you. We want Tommy out. We want Tommy out. We want Tommy out. We want Tommy out. If anybody who's ill or catches, come to the front and let Phil know. We've got 2 paramedics here who've come for free to give us help for our patriots. Give them a round of applause, please. How many times do we have to travel from all across the country and come here and demand his freedom? We want Tommy out! We want Tommy out! We want Tommy out! We want Tommy out! Once again, the police, who we've always tried to work with, trying to cause us problems today, and must not allow that to happen. When we come out, we get to speak. When we come out, we tell Tommy Robinson we love him. We want him here with us. On here, the length and breadth of the country. God bless every single one of you. John, there are thousands of Antifa on Brooklyn. We've always tried to work with you. But you've got to start working with us all. You are partly responsible for this young man being in prison. If you would have done your job in the first place 10 years ago, Tommy wouldn't have had to put himself on the line. I started following Tommy 10 years ago. Yes, with the EDL, I make no bones about that. And I've got no shame about that. Uncle Tom! They're the best people in the world. We are still here. We are not going away. And we will not go away until such time as you let our man out. When Tommy's inside, his family suffers. His wife, his children, his mother, and his cousins. And his greater circle of friends. He's a poor man. And we need to do it for him. Whilst he's not on the streets, we have to be on the streets. We will keep going on the streets. Brothers and sisters, I love you all to death. I only wish I could spend more time talking to you when we folks go to government. Love you all. God bless you and your surrender. How are you doing? What a beautiful sight. I want to start by saying a big thank you to every single one of you for taking the time out to come here today and to stand in solidarity with Tommy. So thank you very much for that. As you know, I went to visit him just over a week ago, and from what he's saying at the moment, he's safe. He's in a part of the prison where no one can get to him, and it seems like the government's doing the right thing for once. But we know very well that can change at any minute. We had the same situation last year where he was fine, and he was moved to Olney and it all went bad. So, this is another message to the prison. We will not be going to the prison again, and I ask, this has come directly from Tommy, that no one goes to the prison and does any protest outside the prison. But, if anything changes, we will be back, and we will be back in numbers. That's a promise. So, I don't know if a lot of you are there, but if you didn't see a lot of these, you'll probably remember Nanny Robinson writes poems to Tom within certain circumstances of what's going on. So she wrote poems about last year, she wrote poems about the Old Bailey, about Tommy, and she's got another one. So I appreciate a big round of applause to listen to Nanny Robinson.
Hey! A massive Tommy Robinson supporter.
They are silencing dissenters. They are silencing our tongues. They're trying now to tell us that they think we're on the run. Well, we are here to tell them that we no more recognise the authority of the traitors who gladly sell our country's ties. They've imprisoned Tommy Robinson, the man who speaks the truth, because he threatens to expose them with their lies, deceits and proofs. A man who just wants justice for the children of this land, who gives these children credence and won't follow the evil plans. Our Tommy is a hero who exposes all their acts, who gives their betrayal of the British, and for this he is attacked. We know that Islam rules our land. Our rulers have decreed that our way of life must alter and that we must all now bow the knee. Well, Tommy has exposed you, shown us all that you allow halal, Sharia, raping, and for Islam to prevail. We demand that we see justice. We demand you let him go, because the anger of the British now has nothing else to show. You will face retribution for your hateful, evil acts, because we British who oppose you will very soon react. You've pushed us to the limit with this unjust course you take, so release our Tommy straight away. It's the only course to make. We won't let Tommy suffer for the injustice of this land, for we all stand firm together, arm in arm and hand in hand. Our cry to you, our leaders, if you understand what's right, is to free our patriot brother before we resort to civil fight. So this one is for Tommy, who has stood the test with pride. We shout our support for Tommy, and that hope justice is done right. So shout with me together the chant he'll recognise, the chant he's richly worked for, because he's exposed our leaders' lies.
Yeah! Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson. Oh, Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson.
Let us think for a minute. Let us think for a minute of all the victims of Islamic terrorism since the 9/11 attacks in 2001. We're going to have a minute's silence. We're going to have our lawyer come up and play the last post. But I want to think specifically about PC Keith Palmer, who was also a veteran. Give him a round of applause. And we know that these rank and file police officers, they are not against us. We know it's the scum that run the police that are against us, not these gentlemen. We talk to them, we know they're on our side. So think about PC Keith Palmer. He fought a jihadi, literally with his bare hands, in the grounds of Parliament, defending our democracy. Meanwhile, the wretches inside Parliament were betraying our democracy. Shame on them! And while PC Keith Palmer lay dying, one of his superior officers sat there sweating and panicking in the police car, too afraid to get out and help him. Many veterans have gone to foreign fields in the so-called war against terror and been murdered by Islamist terrorists, only to come home after that, injured, debilitated, to find out that the country has sold them out to Sharia law. We must stand with the veterans, and the veterans must stand with Tommy Robinson. And I'm going to ask all the veterans that are here today, if you're a veteran here today, just come to the front. We want to get people to give you a round of applause. If you're a veteran, just come to the front of this crowd now. So the veterans, come on, get yourselves down there, veterans. Get yourselves to the front. It's very interesting. Well, the veterans are coming up here. It's very interesting. You know, the far left, the great unwashed, I don't know where they are today. They were meant to be showing up, but maybe they didn't get out of bed in time. But the far left, the great unwashed, they call us Nazis. They call us racists. I see people in this crowd from every ethnic background. I see my Iranian friends. I see my African friends. I see my West Indian friends. I see my Indian friends.
Second generation Windrush.
I see we stand in unity against the implementation
We just spotted you with your hat on, Arlene.
Our year is going to play the last post for every victim of terrorism in the United Kingdom and throughout the world. Every person that has been murdered by Islamist terrorists. I believe the current death toll is into the hundreds of thousands. We're going to stand here and have a minute's silence for every victim of Islamic terrorism.
6 o'clock this morning, Nina.
And there you go, folks. That's the first part of this 3-part series.
Talk about big respect, Dave. Big respect. That moved me. I don't know about you guys. If you listen to that, I had to mute myself because I find something like that so respectful to, people who've gone before us and who fought and stood and fought for what we're on the street once again against these evil tyrants out there. Dave, as I say, it was, and of course the poem. What a great lady that was. What a great lady to read out. The speeches was pretty good, pretty awesome, I would say, not pretty good, but people speak of their hearts. That's what it's about. It's we know, we can feel, and we know exactly what's going on with. We're all fed up with the situation. I've been having some great comments in the chat. And I might extend the show tonight.
Cool.
I'll just give you an heads up. I might extend it because I have a letter to read. It's like a novel, but I had to break it up in sections. I was talking in Noddy. He was saying, just break it up, Jeff. It took me ages, guys. It really did. And I don't know whether I got it all in there or not. I didn't get it back on that. But been great, having some great comments, Dave, and well done to everybody who turned up yesterday. And so David Williams, a great gentleman, said, when you've lost your soul, you have lost all empathy for others. There you go. Mm-hmm. And I was just saying hi to David. Yeah. He's a great gentleman. And Noddy, I totally get Jeff and Dave. And as I say, I did not just see that Noddy was there, and I just, hi Noddy, and I'd see some misspellings there, by the way, I think. No, it's all right there. Dave said, happy to support you, Jeff. So thanks, David. And Noddy says, likewise, Jeff, we've got to be on board. I'm loving the show. It was a bit awkward last Sunday, but I'm here supporting you as best I can. God bless you, brother. And David Williams goes on to say, Mark, ultra mind-controlled carbon units, sounds to me. Max effect for Second Amendment revocation. And that's what he's talking about.
Dead on.
With what went on,
in
shootings. David's really on it, And I think there's more there. he said, and Noddy goes on to say, correct, Jeff, it's been a very sad day. Yeah, it has been, brother. He goes on to say, you're right, David Williams, Mark Ultra, most don't know about this yet. It's true, there's a lot of people that haven't got their eyes open yet, Noddy and David. He also goes on to say about Danny, you know, the attack on Danny. He said, it was a violent attack on Danny. Police state rings a bell. Yes, well, it's been like that for a little while now. I think we both would agree, Noddy and everybody in the chat room. David Wins goes on to say, I cannot see any other way than civil unrest. When peaceful protests bring violence, the violent have to be empowered. Great words, wisdom there, Dave. Makes you think, doesn't it? That's why I took a pause of breath there. And Remove Cabal, which is Juff, is a dear friend. It's great. Him and his dear wife, you know, great people. Oh, nanny, what you like, Juff? And he goes on to say, apparently, Dayton's shooter was... listen to this, Dave. Dayton's shooter was a registered Democrat, voted in 2 primaries. Thank you, David. At the last call, we need to stand up. That was by Noddy. And Noddy says, you know, because I posted that, and he said, yes, you posted it. I've got it all in, Dave.
All right.
As Noddy knows, it took me time. So I just wanted to know, because you know, when the Sunday long live radio show goes on, now this is something Rhea always does, reads out the different comments, and she does it so well. I don't know. I'm not as good as Rhea, because she's got a way about her, but I'm glad. I just want to comment on all of your comments there, guys, and it's so good to see everybody here this evening, isn't it, Dave?
It's a great thing to do, Jeff, and I love the reading of the comments. This is something that's been done by a host that I've admired over the years. I mean, Small G Gay used to do it. He used to check on Twitter when he would do his shows. So, we love the comments, you know. Keep them coming. But I just want to say, as a public service, okay, all you guys in chat, everybody in the audience, Jeff says he will probably wind up having to extend the show. Now, we don't want anybody to lose an eye again. So if you're sitting in one of the front rows, move back a couple because Jeff's about to extend, okay? This is just a public service, all right? Because I hate filling out those insurance forms, man. Come on. Anyway, Jeff, the speeches. This particular part of the speech, I noted a few things to you while it was going on. One of the first things I liked was the bit where they talked about the fact that the Patriots are not going to go back to the prison and do another demonstration unless it is found that Mr. Robinson is being mistreated again. This is why this stuff is being done, so that we can keep a close eye on this and keep the attention of the world on Tommy Robinson's condition, how he's being treated, and all of that. So I think that was a smart thing to do. I think it's a smart way to go. Now, the second thing I noticed, was we talked about this extensively when it happened. About P.C. Palmer. Okay, what P.C. Palmer did was, and I know that we talked about the Sharia policing that went on at the demo yesterday, but what P.C. Palmer did when this incident happened, I think this was on the London Bridge, Jeff, unless I'm mistaken, what he did was what a law enforcement officer should do. He stepped up and did his duty, and his police and his chief was a total wiener. I mean, the guy just cowered in his car, didn't even have, as you would say, the bottle to fill his hand with a 9mm pistol and get out there and get the business done. He had to let one of his officers, be killed. That's just, I mean, I can't even plumb the depths of how cowardly that was, and he was soon
in the face of the enemy, Dave.
Absolutely,
and it wasn't alone either. That guy wasn't alone.
No,
there was 3 other colleagues in the car with him.
Yeah.
And there were all officers standing by while a man was slaughtered, another fellow officer who did his duty, while they were too busy cowering in their car, the dirty, snivelling cowards. You know, I've totally lost respect for the police years ago. You know, no respect whatsoever. And when I see the way that they treat our patriots these days, attacking women, pushing old men, disabled men in wheelchairs, out of their wheelchairs, we've seen it. How bad can things become? But Dave, I've just realised, if you could hold this show for me, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, you probably don't know, but I've normally got a call in. I'm on the phone. I do this radio show on the phone. Well, one day we'll work something out. Maybe I'll work with Discord and Blog Talk Radio between. It's not much. I've got to admit, if I run over a bit of time, it's not a lot unless I run over an hour or so, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Dave, can I pass the reins to you just for a couple of minutes while I redial?
Yeah, sure, buddy. Yeah, that's fine, man. Yeah, as Jeff calls back in, I'll just say that a couple of other little things that I noticed was the shout outs to all of the people that were there. All of the basically the whole rainbow of colors thing. I think it's necessary to do that, because one of the things that the left loves to do when it comes to the EDL or when it comes to Patriots — this was not an EDL event, by the way, this was just an event from Patriots — is they love to say that they're quote-unquote racist. Now, Islam is not a race, okay? But they try and infuse it into bigotry against skin color, and that's complete garbage. So I did like to see the fellas acknowledging everyone that was there, and that, I say, is one of the things that puts the whole quote-unquote racism argument right in the trash can where it belongs. It is one of the left's favorite things to do, and I personally like to throw it right back in their faces when they do that, because the left engages in racism of the worst possible sorts all the time. And it is good to see the acknowledgement that there are people of all races who have a problem with Islam and with the depredations of this death cult. That's what Jeff calls it, and I have to agree that that's exactly what it is, a death cult. And, of course, then there was the moment of silence, remembering all of those killed and otherwise injured in acts of Islamic terrorism. And let's be clear about this. The rape gangs, the rapes, the beatings, the wife beatings, the female genital mutilation, all of these terrible things are the results of Islamic terror. No, they're not blowing up buildings or bridges or airplanes or anything like that, but it's the everyday terrorism that comes from the ideology of Islam that affects people all over the planet on a daily basis and infuses itself into their lives. That moment of silence and respect was for. Okay? Now, Jeff, I think I hear you back. Welcome back, my friend. If you're ready,
thank you,
I'll go ahead and play the second part of this. There are 3 parts of it. I'll go ahead and play the second part of this. This is about 7 minutes and 15 seconds long. Are you ready, Jeff?
Okay, mate. Thank you, Dave.
All right. You guys are listening to the English Defense League radio show. Here we go. This is the second part of coverage of the Free Tommy demonstration speeches yesterday in central London.
Where's Glenn Chapman? Where's my friend with the Deerstalker hat on? Glenn, come on up here. Glenn, I got a poem that's been written for Tommy while he's in prison. I'm not sure, Glenn will tell you who wrote it. I'm not going to have said that they want this poem read at this demonstration. So let's get Glenn up on the stage. Give Glenn a round of applause. Glenn Supper.
Go on, Glenn.
Glenn Supper has been involved in this struggle against the Islamisation of the United Kingdom for over 10 years. He is a hero of the cause. Give it up again! I spoke to Jenna the other day, and my wife made this poem, and she cried. She said, please email this to Tommy, and please read it out. This is all based on Tommy. The walls are high, and you're inside. The doors are locked and barred. But do not feel confident. Take strength to grow hard. For all the lies can't keep you from those that you most. And for when you turn this over, past will be ghost. For you can sleep and conscious, clear, and they will bear the guilt. And if they don't, they'll rot in hell. For the cause they lies, but take you in your own innocence. You know the man you let one tell you otherwise. Your conscience clear by far. For lies bred guilty, and they can't hide, is with them all the time. Although they think they've won, for now they know they've done the crime. For one day you will show the world, and you will clear your name. Then everyone will look at them as they bow their heads in shame. So next time someone tells you to talk about your crime, the answer that you'll give them is this crime is theirs, not mine. She was talking about Tommy. She was talking about Tommy Robinson. Let's think about Tommy. I want to tell you something. Everybody here, we get maligned, we get slandered by the people in that filthy, rat-infested pit behind us. The BBC, what does it stand for? It stands for brainwashing Jones children. We want our children back. Take them back from the paedophiles of the BBC. Think about this. Think about Jimmy Savile in the 1970s when he was on that TV show all the time molesting children in hospitals up and down this country. And the scum of their call it up. They're disgraced. But what do they decide to do? What do they decide to do? They decide to make a panorama program about our friend, our leader, Tommy Robinson. That didn't work well for them, did it?
No!
How many people have seen the panorama documentary? And how many people have watched panorama in the last 6 months? No hands go up. See, what was happening, I'm going to tell you what was happening, I'll tell you why Tommy's really in prison. What was happening was, Tommy Robinson's message was getting through to the said, well, Tommy Robinson's like Nelson Mandela. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's far more important than Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela
Thank you,
was a
Ali.
terrorist. He ran a terrorist organization that murdered thousands of black and white South Africans. He was a communist and he was a traitor to his country. Tommy Robinson is a patriot and a hero to this country. And of course, what we must all realize, first of all, we all know it. Tommy Robinson is an innocent man. We just don't want Tommy freed. We want him exonerated and his name cleared. And what is this heinous crime? What is this heinous crime that our friend Tommy, and he is a friend to many of you in this crowd, many of us know him personally, and we know the stature of the man, and we know the makeup of the man, and we love him. Tommy Robinson is not just a hero to us, he is our friend. What was the heinous crime that Tommy committed? What did he do? He upset some Muslim pedophiles. He should get a medal for another prison sentence.
Yeah. We want Tommy out! We want Tommy out! We want Tommy out! We want Tommy out!
And that is it for this time. Next time, part 3. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for listening, and may your God go with you. Goodbye. The Unpleasant Blind Guy is copyright 2019. Anno Domini. Now for Dave's Canes. Extras that help you navigate the new media world.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
From a public locker inside a dilapidated Long Island rail station comes a show designed to piss off liberals using truth, facts, and ridicule. The Lid Radio Show, featuring the conservative voice from the People's Republic of New York, the Lid himself, Jeff Dunitz. Tune in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com. At Lid Radio, we fight for the truth, justice, and a good kosher T-bone. If you don't listen, Hillary Clinton might sneak into your bedroom in her housecoat late at night and blame you for her election loss. It's the Lid Radio Show with Jeff Dunitz.
It's your business diva here, Melanie Collette. I am inviting you to a front row seat as I discuss some of the most intriguing details of wealth and finance with today's movers and shakers in the world of business. Listen in and discover financial truths on a global, domestic, and household scale. Uncover topics that will impact your wallet today and in the future. Money Talk with Melanie airs Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. East, 2 p.m. West, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Talk Radio. You can't afford to miss it.
The new show on the SHR Media Network, Sackheads Against Tyranny on shrmedia.com. Go there quick like a bunny, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, every Wednesday. Live and direct on the SHR Media Network. shrmedia.com. Be there.
Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, a mere 2 miles from the state capital, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern, only on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com to listen. You can also watch on the SHR Media Facebook page and the SHR Media YouTube channel. No goldfish were abused in the making of this ad.
Hey girls, Carry Girl Gear is here. More and more women every day are concealed carrying, participating in competitive shooting, and getting firearms training. It's not a boys' club anymore, and we don't have to shop in their stores anymore either. Finally, a cool and unique clothing line just for women. Dope tees and hats for the patriotic concealed carry and 2A girl. So what are you waiting for? Go check out carrygirlgear.com today.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.